Hey everybody, so I am here with another foundation review. Today I'm going to be trying the Estee Lauder Perfectionist Youth Infusing Makeup, and it's SPF 25. There's what it looks like. And when they released this foundation, they also released it with the Estee Lauder Sculpting Brush. It's a foundation brush. It's $45, and that's what it looks like there. I did not purchase the brush, and I actually only have samples of the foundation, but I do have the Sephora number 134 face blending brush, and it is very similar to the new Estee Lauder brush. I have not compared them side by side, but just looking at the picture, it does look to be a very similar, if not the same brush as far as the shape. So I'm going to be using this to put this foundation on. So I had some difficulty getting a color match. I went to actually 3 different Estee Lauder counters. The first time I went, I was in New Jersey, and I was color matched to the color Sandalwood, and I think that is 6W1. I do know the color Sandalwood. I might be mistaken about the numbers and letters, but I'll put that below in the description box. So I was matched with Sandalwood and did some shopping in the mall that day, went to leave, and by the time I got back to New York to finish my errands for the day, I looked orange. Like literally orange. So I actually stopped into the nearest Sephora and I took that Estee Lauder Sandalwood color off my face and decided I would go and try to get color matched again. So the second time I went to get color matched, the woman at the counter here in New York actually said Sandalwood again, and I said no, absolutely not, that turns orange on me, I cannot use Sandalwood. So I tried to match myself and I picked Amber Honey, which is a neutral shade. I think it's 5N2. Again, that information will be in the description box. So I went for a third color match. After I tried the Amber Honey, I wasn't quite sure if it was the right color for me or not. It seemed to be a little too red. So I then went to the Estee Lauder counter in Bergdorf, and I was matched using the Estee Lauder iMatch system. I'll put a picture of what that is here in the video so you can see it. But basically they put a transparency with some color swatches on it against your skin. You pick, I think it was shades 1 through 6. You pick the tone, and then in those tones you pick neutral, cool, or warm. So I was matched with 5C1, which is Rich Chestnut. So that was done at Bergdorf, and that's actually the first time. I've been trying makeup for a while now, as you can tell, and other than the Sephora IQ, that's the first time that I've been matched using any kind of system like that. So it's kind of interesting that I was completely in the 5 range and not the 6 range, as some of the other Estee Lauder makeup artists had told me. Those were at the Macy's counters in New Jersey and New York. So Bergdorf matched me with Rich Chestnut, which I'm going to try right now so you can have a look. It's a little more yellow than the Amber Honey color, so I felt like it might be a little too light. So I do not have the bottle. This is a sample, so I guess this is probably about 1 pump. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on and see if it matches. And of course I'll take photos before and after so you can see what it looks like. Just going to dot this on my face. And I don't really have a lot to cover, although this is supposed to be very good coverage. I'm told that it's at least 12 hours. So I'm just going to use my Sephora brush and blend this in. And I assume that is the equivalent of 1 pump. I'm not quite sure, but we'll go ahead and work with this amount and see. I'm going to add a little more just to see what kind of coverage I get. So I don't want to end up having an ashy look, and that's what can sometimes happen when the colors are too light, at least on my skin. I'm just going to add a little bit more of this. This sample should probably last for a couple of days so I can really test it out and see what it's going to look like. And again, I only have one, if I haven't mentioned it, I only have one moisturizer on my face. I don't have on anything else. And that is my Embryolisse moisturizer here, if you're interested in that. So again, I don't really have a lot to cover as far as blemishes or anything. I just want to even out my skin tone. And I'll be adding pictures, of course, before and after. It's supposed to be a radiant finish, by the way. I don't really like matte finish. So we will see if this is really radiant. And I'll leave it on for a while to see if it oxidizes and turns a different color, because that is something I have a problem with with a lot of the foundations I've been trying. My Dolce & Gabbana does not oxidize, the 170 Honey that I've been using for a little while. So that's pretty impressive to me. And this is my new lip gloss. I'm just going to add this really quickly. This is from Gucci. They just came out with a makeup line if you hadn't heard about it. And this is the Iconic Red number 160 lip gloss. I've been trying it. If you've seen my Instagram, you know I've already tried this. It's a little more pink than I had hoped for. It's not really as red as I was expecting for something called Iconic Red. But I do like it, and I'm obviously going to keep it. There's not really the option to return it, by the way, because right now these products are only available online. They have foundation, powders, everything, eyeshadow, all of that. And I'm definitely going to go and see the line in person as soon as it's released. So I'm going to go and take some pictures of this look so you can see what it looks like in the sunlight. And again, this is Rich Chestnut, Estee Lauder Perfectionist Foundation. I will be back and then trying the Amber Honey shortly. So I've had this on for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. This is the Cool Color 5C1 Rich Chestnut, and I wanted to see what it looks like outside in the daylight. So it does look okay to me. I've had it on for about an hour and a half to see if it oxidized or changed color or anything, because I have noticed that some of the foundations that I've tried have changed color a little bit within an hour or so after putting them on. So right now this looks good to me. I'm going to take this off and try the Honey Amber color, and I will be back. So this is the Rich Chestnut color about an hour and a half later. So I just wanted to see if the color was going to change, if it oxidized or anything, because I've had some foundations that have completely changed color on me within like 15-30 minutes of putting it on. So far I like this color, the Rich Chestnut 5C1, the cool tone color. And it definitely has a skin-like finish. It's not too matte, which I don't prefer. And I have dry skin, so if that is, if you have oily skin, then you may prefer more matte finish. But yeah, this looks very skin-like to me. It was not heavy going on. I don't really feel anything on my face. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off, and I'm going to try the Amber Honey color, which is the Neutral 5N2. And I'm going to leave that on for a while and see if the color changes and what it looks like, and then compare the two. But right now, I really thought this one was going to be too light, but it does not appear to be the case right now. So I will be back. So I am back, and I'm going to be trying the second color, which is the Neutral color 5N2. And that color is called Amber Honey. So I have put on my moisturizer, which is the Embryolisse. And I'm going to be using again the Sephora Face Blender brush, which is cleaned. I did clean that with my Dante's professional brush cleaner. I don't love this. I actually prefer my Parian Spirit, but since I have it, I'm going to go ahead and use that up. And in case you're wondering, I cleaned the makeup off my face with my Laura Mercier Flawless Skin Purifying Cleansing Oil. So now we are going to try the Amber Honey color. If you recall, this one is a slightly more red than the Rich Chestnut color, which is the Cool 5C1 color. So I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand there. Probably end up using a little bit more like I did with the Rich Chestnut, but I'm going to start with this amount for the moment. And I did like the way the Rich Chestnut ended up looking. The color didn't change to anything odd looking or orangey. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this out. So I do finally know my MAC color, by the way. A lot of people ask me what color I wear in MAC, and I have been to MAC several times, and they have never really been able to color match me. And I was told that their NW system didn't really work for me by some of the makeup artists there that I've seen. But I did go back to MAC a couple of times in the last week, and I was told by one of the makeup artists I saw that Studio Fix Fluid NC50 is my color. And she did say she didn't recommend that though, because I have dry skin and it's not made for someone with dry skin. So she used the Face and Body C7 was the color that she used for me. And then she also applied a Match Master 8, which I thought that was a bit too dark for my complexion. I had tried previously 7.5 and also 7, and neither of those really worked for me. So I did go by MAC one more time after that, Just want to get a little of this under my eye. And I was told that for their Mineralize Moisture Foundation that I was color NC50, but the gentleman that was helping me at that time, he said that he did not recommend that I use the NC50 because it would oxidize too red on me, and he said that he would recommend that I use NC45. So I was actually wearing my Dolce & Gabbana foundation that day, and I did not swatch it on my face, but I did swatch the Mineralized Moisture Foundation by MAC on my hands, and he was absolutely right. The NC50 oxidized on my hand within less than about 15 minutes, and it became much redder than the NC45 that I used on my other hand. So again, I did not purchase the MAC products at all, so I don't know what they would do on my skin, but at least the colors I know are NC50, NC45, depending on the oxidation level. And Estee Lauder and MAC are the same company. MAC is the Estee Lauder company, so the oxidation issue that a lot of people experience with MAC, I'm not sure if that's also an issue with Estee Lauder. It wasn't for the rich chestnut that I just tried. It didn't seem to oxidize and turn too orange on me, but I know that is an issue for a lot of MAC products. So that is the Amber Honey 5N2, and I'll be adding some photos as well so you can see what it looks like. And I'm going to keep this on for at least an hour so I can see if the color changes and what it looks like at that time. So again, I'm going to be using the Gucci Iconic Red that I just recently purchased. It's online only right now, but it should be in stores by October 1st, I'm told. It's available now in, I think, the United Arab Emirates, but it is not available in New York as of yet. But you can order online, and you can pre-order at Neiman Marcus. I was on their website and I did see a pre-order, and their ship date I think is listed for the 26th or 29th of September. So you will have your products by October when the launch happens, when the products hit stores. So that is the Amber Honey Foundation. I will be back. So this is the color Honey Amber, and I've had this on for about an hour. It definitely has more of a orangey tint to it, reddish undertones, and I do prefer the cooler color over this one. So just want to make sure that I got some video of this outside so you can see what the color looks like in sunlight. And I'm going to be taking this off, but just wanted to make sure you could see the color. So I do prefer the cool tone, which is Rich Chestnut 5C1. So I am still wearing the Amber Honey. This is the Estee Lauder Perfectionist foundation that has a serum in it. And in case I didn't mention it, this comes in a 1 fluid ounce bottle, and it is $45. There is a scent to it. It's not really a discernible, I don't know if it's not really perfumey or anything, but there definitely is a scent to it, but it dissipates after you've been wearing it for a little while. So it's not a irritating scent or anything like that. But yeah, I do like the coverage. I feel like I look better with the 5C1 color over this Honey Amber 5N2. It just seems a little more orangey to me, but I'm sure you guys will let me know. Either way, I am going to be taking this off, and I'm going to go out and finish running my errands for the day. So let me know what you think. Honey Amber or Rich Chestnut 5N2 or the 5C1. And also, I did see a truffle color when I was first color matched with the Sandalwood. I'm not sure if truffle, I didn't see it on the website, so I don't know if truffle was another line that Estee Lauder makes, and the makeup artist just tested that out on me. So I don't see truffle again in the Perfectionist foundation. I think that's the neutral color for the 6, and I'm in the 5 range. Let me know what you think.